Welcome back, ODHtv. We got season 3 of Raising Kanan, the season finale, episode 10. The episode everybody's been waiting for. It's time to go with the final predictions from this episode and what I think is going to happen moving forward. So let's start with the elephant in the room. We all seen these confrontations getting bigger and bigger between Ronnie and Kanan. We could tell Kanan doesn't really have much respect for Ronnie or like Ronnie that much. I think he sees Ronnie as a means to an end, and I believe this scene is definitely after Ronnie saying something like he's gonna handle Rock or he's gonna take out Kanan's mom, that type of thing, and Kanan is not trying to hear that. They are not gonna let that happen. And it's with that thought I believe Kanan makes that decision later on in this episode to take out Ronnie. I think he's gonna be the one to take out Ronnie. So here we have Detective Howard and Rock at Rock's house, and we know from the clip, Detective Howard wants Rock to pin everything on Marvin. That'll at least clear her and Kanan. Might not be able to help him that much, but he wants to get them in the clear. I think Rock is going to consider it, but I think in the long run, she's going to try to save everybody, and she's not going to dime out Marvin. But I think Detective Howard is going to point the feds in their direction anyway. I don't think Howard is going to be in a position to help anybody because I think his captain was very serious when they were questioning him, and he might suspend this guy pending investigation, so he might not have access to the information that he needs. So here we have Jukebox and Aisha at a diner together, and they're dressed alike. It still makes me think that she's not kicked out of the group yet. You know, she's supposed to be the tomboy of the group, which could make us understand why she's wearing that collared shirt, but they're both wearing the red and black. You know, I can understand her outfit with the suspenders, girl next door type look. So I don't know if she's kicked out of the group, but she might be talking to Aisha, letting her know she was thinking about going to the army and her future, that type of thing. I'm not too sure. Can't draw too much from that picture. Next one. And here we have the most inappropriate FBI agent ever, Agent Tanner. Let's say inappropriate because he seems to not really know much about how to question suspects. Like when he went to Jukebox's show, and then he confronts her in front of everybody, explaining to her what's going on. You're supposed to make your suspect comfortable and then come back around and explain to them, look, I'm being nice. That's why I didn't confront you and let you know anything that happened in front of those people. I'm on your side. That type of nonsense. But instead, he made her shut down because he pretty much ruined her entire life right in front of everybody. Same thing he's doing to Marvin at the cemetery. Marvin's at the cemetery, obviously visiting either Gerald or one of the little girls, and he's there while the guy's mourning, probably either going to try to get him to flip or let him know that the investigation is on, but either way, you're trying to make nice at first, and that's not what this guy's doing. But what I think is going to happen, since a lot of their case is falling apart because of the investigation with Detective Howard, and because Gerald is gone, they're going to have to rely on something else, and I think it's going to have to be what I mentioned in the last video, was those two guys that approached him in the bathroom that asked him, so you do sell drugs, right?
You do sell drugs?
Hell yeah.
So, you do sell drugs?
Hell yeah.
All right, next one. So right now we have Jukebox standing here, somebody pointing a gun at her. I believe this scene is the scene where Kanan gets kidnapped, who I think he gets kidnapped by Ronnie, and I think they're holding her in place or holding her back, and also possibly leaving a message for her to give to Rock about Kanan. And in this one here, I believe this might be where she's delivering that message and letting them know they have Kanan and this is where the exchange is supposed to be, or whatever they cooked up. But remember, Snaps made it clear to Ronnie they want their money back. So this is probably that ransom thing. So in this one, we got Snaps and Pop. I believe they're talking to Rock. They don't have agitated looks on their faces, so they might be setting up a deal. She might be trying to get Snaps and Pop to stay out of it with his goons because it's personal with her and Ronnie now because they took a son. So we're gonna see what happens there. And if you remember in my last video, I talked about all the black and red that's going on in this episode that I'm seeing in these pictures. So we know red symbolizes blood and anger, and we know black symbolizes death and darkness. So maybe this is an episode that's all about what's going to happen to each character. Maybe it's symbolic as to how they're going to finish the episode with the choices that they have to make. So this part has to be like the end of the episode. If this is Stefano's furnace place, we don't know, but that's definitely Rock, and that's Ronnie. So them being face to face together has to bring this to some sort of climax. But this is where I believe Ronnie gets himself killed. But let me know what you think in the comments. Let me know what you think's gonna happen. Is Ronnie gonna go tonight? Is he gonna make it to season 4? I don't think so. He's definitely not Breeze. But to mention this just one last time, 2 main things that this character did that I don't think they can keep him around and make him Breeze is 1, he threw Vanessa on the floor, and it made it look kind of crazy. And the other one was bullying Famous. When he threw Famous down in the hallway, it looked so crazy and just bullyish that that's not a character that they're gonna keep around. But anyway, let me know what you think. I'll be back in the next one.
Get em. Player to player, I mean. Games that you playing, I see. The chance that I'm taking, I mean. These things that I'm saying, I'm sorry.